Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, students. How are you today? I hope you are feeling well. And now I'm so glad to greet you. Students, do you know when our country announced its independence? Great, you are right. Our country announced its independence on August 17, 1945. But do you know the figure behind the independence of Indonesia? Not yet? Okay, don't worry, because I would like to tell you about the figure behind the independence of Indonesia. So, now please listen to me. Students, we know that the proclamation of Indonesia's independence gave a very important meaning to the Indonesian people. And there are 8 national figures who made it realize. Those are Mr. Soekarno, Mohatta, Ahmad Subarjo, Admiral Tadasi Maeda, Sukarni, Fatmawati, Sayuti Malik, and B.M. Dia. Then the first figure is Mr. Soekarno. Mr. Soekarno is one of the people who contribute in establishing the Republic of Indonesia as a sovereign state. Bung Karno drafted the text of the proclamation at the house of Admiral Tadasi Maeda with Bung Hatta and Ahmad Subarjo. He then signed the proclamation text on behalf of Indonesia with Bung Hatta. Bung Karno read out the text of the proclamation of Indonesia's independence at his residence at Pegangsaan Timur Street number 56, Jakarta. The second figure is Muhammad Hatta. Muhammad Hatta is Indonesia's first vice president. Hatta drafted the text of the proclamation with Bung Karno and Mr. Ahmad Subarjo. He participated in signing the text of the proclamation on behalf of Indonesia with Bung Karno. The third figure is Ahmad Subarjo. He is Indonesia's first Minister of Foreign Affairs. Ahmad Subarjo is one of the figures from the old group who played a role in preparing the proclamation of Indonesia independence. Ahmad Subarjo participated in compiling the concept of the text of the proclamation at the house of Admiral Tadasi Maeda with Bung Karno and Bung Hatta. Next, Admiral Tadasi Maeda. Admiral Tadasi Maeda was a high-ranking officer in the Imperial Japanese Navy. He helped Indonesia to prepare the draft text of Proclamation of Indonesia's independence by inviting those important figures to his house and let them use it for a very important activity. Even though he is Japanese, he is willing to help Indonesia out of sympathy for the Indonesian people. Next, Sukarni. Sukarni was a youth leader and a hero with a persistent against the invader. Sukarni proposed Bung Karno and Bung Hatta to sign the proclamation text on behalf of the Indonesia. Then Fatmawati. Fatmawati was Insinyur Soekarno's wife. Fatmawati saw the Saka Merah Putih flag which was raised at the proclamation of Indonesia independence at Pegangsaan Timur Street, number 56, Jakarta. And then Sayuti Malik. Sayuti Malik is a youth leader who was also very important in the proclamation of Indonesia's independence. Sayuti Malik typed the script of proclamation to perfect it from Bung Karno's handwriting. The text of the proclamation was originally handwritten by Sukarno, then typed by Sayuti Malik to make it look neat. The original text was thrown to the trash. Finally, B.M. Dia. B.M. Dia took the originally manuscript from the trash can and kept it. He considered that the text had a high history. The original manuscript that were kept by B.M. Dia for 46 years, 9 months, 19 days were later written to the Indonesian nation. He booked the original text of the Indonesian Independence Proclamation on Tuesday morning, 90 May 1992 at 10:30 a.m. and handed it over to President Suharto. The manuscript was then kept by the National Archive on Suharto's recommendation. B.M. Dia's decision to keep the original manuscript was very precise. Therefore, the entire Indonesia have been able to enjoy the original text of the proclamation and have learned a lot from what happened at that time. Okay, students, that's all of a national figure behind the independence of Indonesia. There are national heroes that we should respect and remember. We as young generation of Indonesia should keep the independence by raising David feeling to our country. And I think that's all of our talk today. Thanks for listening to me. Keep motivated. See you next week. Bye bye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.